Hola, hola, hello.
Going to the hotel. Excuse me.
Where's the party we going? Oh, jambalaya. Jambalaya, they say.
One more life than he could give, cause somebody's gotta take care of him. I quit school, it's what I did.
Why are you sad? Because why? I can't hear you.
Because the cruise ship leave me here.
The cruise ship left?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
but I really wanted to go on it. What's going on, people? Welcome back to Fun Wednesday.
Oh, we're small. Hold on. I forgot to click there. Did they fix it? Nope, I didn't fix it. There we go. Hey! Yeah, I'm going to add them in just a minute, guys. Welcome. Let me make sure sound is good. Picture is okay. I know it's not the best picture, especially with the people that are in it, but we do what we can. Welcome to Fri-YAY chat. We are excited. We have one of our favorite cruise channels that are coming on in just a little bit. We have Mr. Mark and Nathan from the Frugal Cruisers going to join us in just about 2 minutes here. They are an amazing couple. The videos that they put out, I mean, I watched literally one video and was just blown away and was instantly hooked. So we're going to have a great evening. Can't wait to bring them on. I just want to say hello to a couple of people in the chat real quick and we will get started. Let's see who we have in the house real quick. We have, let's see, Here Today, Where Tomorrow, Mr. Rob and Katie. Welcome in. They're one of our featured channels as well. Love their channel name. So great. We met them early on as well. Of course, we have Sea Leg Journeys, Mr. or Mrs. Robin in chat. Sorry about that, Robin. Hey, hello, Ashley Ratliff. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome. We have Meg's Fun Time, best moderator, one of the best moderators in town. Who else do we have here? Let's see. Sorry, keeps jumping on me. Tony G, welcome. How are you, brother? We have Griswold Family Vacay, Danny and fam. How are you doing this evening? PMB's Wide World of Ports. Love that channel name as well. Love the channel. SCT sent me over. Hey, Shane, how are you, brother? I think we are caught up. Listen, this evening we had some questions that we were going to ask the Frugal Cruisers that were, we wanted to know some things. And then I was like, you know what, let's throw all of that to the wind. We're just going to have a nice conversation because they're super chill. We like to think we're super chill. It's just going to be a nice night of laughs. Of course, if you have anything to say, put it in the comment section. Michelle, do you want to be on top of the comment section this evening?
I'll do my best.
She'll do her best. Hopefully, Mark and Nathan will help us out with that as well. But are you guys ready? Give us the thumbs up and we'll bring you right in. All right, let me see if I could do this. Boop. Hey!
Oh, hi, friends.
Worked like a charm. Let me turn up the volume just a little bit. How are you guys this evening?
We're good. We're drinking beer out of wine glasses right now.
That's perfect. There's nothing better than that. Actually, we wish you were here so we could do this in person, but we just wanted to say congratulations on hitting 1,000 subscribers. Absolutely amazing. Feat.
I think a
bit more. I'm not that cut off.
Like you like me or something?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about all that, but yeah, no, amazing feat. I mean, you guys just are so genuine, and it shows, and that's why people love you guys, and that's why we love the channel as well. But I know one thing that I did want to ask you a little bit about was the because it really kind of hit home to me was like leaving the work situation in order to pursue something bigger and bolder, and just wanted to touch on that real quick. I know some of our subscribers are in here. I'm sure a ton of yours as well, but can you just tell us a little bit about that and kind of where that came from?
You got this?
No, you can go. Yeah.
So basically, Nathan worked in retail. I worked in healthcare, and I think working through the pandemic, we saw the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Of course. And
I had patient after patient after patient, especially working in internal medicine, which is primarily, your older population. They said the same thing. They just said, don't wait. Or they would say, what are you doing with your life? And we kind of realized that we were wishing our life away. We were waiting for the next vacation. And I think before we knew it, 6 months went by, and we're like, wow, it's time for another cruise, but where did the 6 months of our life go by?
Yeah.
And I think that's when we realized, like,
There's more to life.
There's way more to life. And I remember that was the scariest thing I've ever done, because you're conditioned. I was conditioned from a very young age to go into healthcare. It's where the money is at. It's where the stability is at. And walking away from that and feeling like I kind of abandoned this plan and notion that's put in our head, and then also my patience was incredibly hard. And I remember I came home and I was like, I quit my job, and he's like, okay, because I had kind of been job hopping and looking for, I was looking for something better.
Right.
And I was like, no, I really mean it this time. Like, I'm completely walking away from it. I had this plan in my head, and I don't know, what were you thinking when I came home that day?
I mean, it's always a little nerve-wracking, but I knew, like, I don't always see his visions because I'm not like that, but yeah. I knew that he'd be able to take the reins and, get done what needed to be done. And, as things started, snowballing, it just kind of, everything fell into place, which was awesome. I had the faith, and that's what you need, in order to do that kind of thing. So,
yeah, I mean, the biggest thing was you had, each other's backs, but like it hit home. I watched that video a couple of times, and it hit home for me because I was at a job as a general manager for a retail store for almost 10 years, salary position, you know, getting bonuses left and right, but I was working 50, 60 hours a week easily. And the moment that hit home for me was when shortly after Rhett was born, and like I would leave before he was awake, and then I would get back home after he was already asleep. Like I knew we had to make a change. And like, again, Michelle was amazing with, you know, whatever you want to do, you know, I got you, we'll figure it out. And so I had an idea that I was going to become a real estate agent. I knew in myself that I could do it. And everyone around me, besides Michelle, of course, called me crazy. You know, I have such a great job, getting paid, benefits, everything. Why would I do something so silly? I won't make it, this and that. And then, you know, now 6 years later, and making more money than I was back then. And I can actually be home when I want to. And, you know, so I mean, you just got to take, you know, the jump, like, and do it. And it's just amazing. So it hit home. Thank you for sharing that with us. But I just want to get that out of the way. But let's have some fun now. let's get away from the serious stuff. So I know that you guys, Carnival, MSC, have you been on any other lines? Are looking to go on any other lines? Or are you sticking with Carnival for the short term?
I think eventually we'll hit them all. It just kind of depends on like what rolls around first. Right now we're trying to work through all the Carnival fleet, and then kind of go from there. So
well, and our first cruise ever, when we were like baby cruisers, was a Royal Caribbean cruise.
Yep.
So that's kind of always been, you know,
near and dear.
Like they took our cruise virginity. Like they were like on Earth. But there's just something about Carnival, like the way they unite people, like all the and we're just like, you know, like Nathan said, let's go through the whole fleet, let's cover every ship, kind of get like a good feel for like what this cruise line really is about and what it has to offer, and then kind of go from line to line,
branch out from there.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're pretty much Carnival loyalists right at the moment, but we do want to, you know, try out the other brands. We've been on Royal Caribbean. We do want to try Norwegian, I think maybe is the next brand that we're going to venture off to. But also, I mean, we've been on quite a bit of cruises, and, you know, of course, Carnival goes to typically some of the same ports. So it would be nice too to have a little bit different variety, even if it's the same like island or whatnot. Maybe it's a different part of the island or something like that. So we are looking forward to that. But I mean, Michelle wants to make sure she gets her next milestone. So I think we're going to be on Carnival for just a little bit longer. But we are excited to see what everything else has to offer. And Royal Caribbean, we went on Adventure of the Seas, and it was beautiful, but it was like right as the ships were coming open, and like it was like a ghost ship. So we didn't really get like a great feel for what they had to offer as far as like entertainment and even food, because even the main buffet was closed at dinner, I think it was.
I think that's
it was. And there was a couple other places that were closed. So amazing that it was so empty and we got to, you know, enjoy the ship. But we didn't get those days. So I know Celebration is your next cruise, correct?
Yep.
And that's a back-to-back. Do you have anything planned after the Celebration currently, or are you working on it?
Hawaii, right?
Yeah, so we've got a family trip going to Hawaii next year. My dad's taking us down there, so that'll be a little interesting. I mean, I love my family, but we're a dysfunctional mess sometimes, so I'm
that's gonna be a long cruise too, right?
What was that?
It's got to be a long cruise too, right? Going to Hawaii.
So we're actually not taking a cruise. We're flying out there, and we're staying
cool.
So it'll be fun. A little different this time.
Yeah, that'll
be awesome.
And that was another thing I was going to ask, because I know you guys are cruise content creators, but you're up to doing like vacation and like trip videos as well, or are you mostly sticking to cruise?
I think that's the plan. It's you guys probably know this, like it's super weird when you're carrying a camera around being on this end of it.
Oh yeah.
I feel like people on cruise ships now are just like, they're like, no big deal.
Yeah.
Same with Disney, but I don't know. I'm going to be really curious to see like how people react to some of these other places we go to, because I feel like it's the norm now at Disney and on cruises. But you know, I'm sure you guys kind of get. Well, you guys have a kid, so maybe it's easier because it looks like you're doing the home video thing. But like,
yeah, yes and no. It's still hard for me because even though we're like outgoing and we love to talk to people, we love to meet new friends, and as long as you're a good person, we're down to talk to you and hang out. But like, I don't know. I still get nervous.
I'm gonna think of that especially from now on.
Especially videoing. Yeah, like I don't know. Like she always does a good job, like reminding me. Like people are probably thinking you're like FaceTiming someone or something. Because I get embarrassed when I talk in front of people. I like wait until people pass by, and then if somebody comes up, I just stop the video. So I'm super awkward like that, but. I'm getting better. I'm starting to.
And I'm like, it's vacation. Get this over with.
Yeah.
You remember your first time?
Drink and then I'll be all right. But yeah, it is rough. What I do love about you guys too is like you have like guests interact with you while you video, which is really cool. And then we love when you guys like share like the crew and employees and like how much. They either helped you or made you smile that day or whatnot. And I know you guys have some things in the works with the crew, which is just great ideas all around, because I mean they're such hardworking individuals, and I mean they've made our day so many times. Like the crew is one of those things about the cruise ship that I think most people go back for. Is like just the crew. I mean, yeah, But yeah, I love that you always mention the crew, and I mean I think there's some of them are a part of the group, right? Your Facebook group.
Yeah, we've got quite a few of the crew. They're the heart and soul. They're what drive our channel. I mean, you could name a crew member. We could tell you their whole backstory. That's how involved we are with these crew. Just taking the time to get to know them, and just like we have a story, they have a story, and we always say, it's not the ships, it's not the ports, it's the people, and it's the crew that make these trips for us. 100%, hands down.
Absolutely. That's and one thing I wanted to ask. So I know you guys really enjoyed the Mardi Gras. I watched. I think it was either your top 5 or top 10 likes. But what did you feel about interacting with the crew on the Mardi Gras? Because I was talking to Michelle. They do an amazing job, right? Of course. But as far as like the intimate experience where you can get some of like their backstory and really talk to them, like we kind of like some of the smaller to medium-sized ships because we feel like they're not in such a rush to just help the next person. Were you able to like kind of talk to some of the crew on the Mardi Gras, or how did that go for you guys?
Man, who stands out to you?
I mean, Tootie always stands out, and so does Luna, and then Yin Yin. But you met Aya Day before we even went on there, and
I had a moment. I was cruising solo on the Mardi Gras, and I remember I was in Shebang, and it was so crazy busy. And my server came up to me, and he was apologizing, and I said, "Listen, like I'm here by myself. I'm just watching you guys hustle. Like I'm not in a hurry." And I think I cracked a joke and said something nice to him, and he like just abruptly walked away. And I'm like, man, what did I say? Like I'm always saying stupid things, but like I said something wrong. And he came back and he had tears in his eyes, and it was something like, I think because it was so busy and people were being so rude to the staff, it just kind of hit home for him. And so I came back and I was telling Nathan about this guy, and I'm like, yeah, Shebang, this server. And I told him about this moment we had, and how like, he kind of had a tear, and how like all the craziness around us just kind of like, it was kind of like the middle of a hurricane, like the eye of a hurricane. Yeah, and like him and I just had this moment, and I told him, I was like, forget them people, like they're going to be getting off the ship in 12 hours, like
yeah.
I think I said something else, but it's not family friendly. And and then you came on with me a couple months later, and he was still on the ship, and before I could even get something out of my mouth, he ran up to us and he remembered me, and it's like we were best friends all over again. So I think we were lucky, but because we got the camera and the shirts, I think we're able to like steal a little bit more time with the crew. But I do get what you guys are saying with the smaller ships, and
yeah, it's a little bit more intimate.
It's a little more intimate.
Yeah, I mean, like even on the Miracle, there was times where, like, well, of course, it was Alaska too, so there's not many people like at the bars, and like the restaurants are not as busy because people are out at the on the destination for a lot of the time. So like, I mean, there would be times where we would talk to a crew member for 20 minutes and like nobody else would come up. But I remember the one time on the Mardi Gras, actually, you guys might have ran into her, but she worked at the towel stand, Miss Rachel, and she had been on the ship for
by the time she signed off, it was a year. Because they kept extending her and kept extending her and kept extending her.
But like, so we traveled with her all 3 times, and Rhett and her had like this amazing bond. Like he would try to scare her all the time, and she would make him like personalize like towel animals with all the colors and like the little the things that you guys hand out. What are the lays? Yeah, which I love that.
I like that.
But she dressed up all the towel animals, and we keep them all on the shelf in the cabin. But she was telling us, she came over to me and Michelle. We were just, I think we were outside the hot tub, right, on the Lido
somewhere
deck.
On Lido deck,
and she was crying, like just like having a meltdown, and that was like 10 or 11 months.
It was because some lady yelled at her. Because the lady didn't have her card and didn't know like her cabin number. So like it was something so stupid. Like the lady was in the wrong and just completely
she was trying to get a towel and then like
didn't have any information, like didn't want to give any of her information.
Yeah, and the crew member was basically like, I'm sorry, I need your card, Miss Rachel. And I guess the lady went to like swing at her or whatnot. It was absolutely insane. But we were like giving her hugs and patting her on the back, and I mean, we're like, some people are awful. You just gotta take 5 and come back, and don't let her bother you, because that's what they want, right? I mean, I just
can't imagine being that mean to somebody.
Yeah,
it's just crazy. We still talk to her. I mean, she has us on instant messenger, and she has like a kid that's Rhett's, I think he's 1 year younger or something like that. But she reminds.
Brett reminds
thank
her
you.
Of her son.
Yeah, I was totally gonna mess
Did that come out right?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, crew members are amazing. I mean, we've gone on ships before. Like, if we know a certain crew member is gonna be on, I mean, we'll try to see if like that certain ship will, manage into our schedule or whatnot. So we can't say enough about the crew, but so what? Sorry, I lost track of. If you see me trying to drink this, my whole hand is still shaking. We've done these so many times, but I still get so nervous. I don't know what it is. But anyway, so what's your favorite ship thus far that you've been on? Do you have a favorite? Do you like them all equally?
Do you want to try and do this on the count of 3 and see if we match up?
I don't know.
Yes.
I think we should try it.
Yes.
You ready? 1, 2, 3. The Conquest.
Oh, okay.
So Nathan, you said Magic?
Yep.
Awesome.
I think it's a lot of nostalgia for me.
Very cool. And you said
Conquest.
I'm Team Conquest now, man. After being on there,
really good ship.
That was like the best energy.
Yeah, it was.
It gave me all the feels.
It did.
Yeah,
I have to agree.
That's awesome. We haven't been on the Magic. We've done the Dream and the Breeze, but same.
But I love
class.
them. I love that class.
We've been looking to book the Magic for a while, so we need to get on it in like the next year or so. We'll see if we can fit it in. But I don't think we've done the Conquest either. Actually, we've done. So Conquest is the Freedom class. I can't remember.
I don't know.
But anyway,
that's your expertise right there.
I feel like that YouTube. I don't know the classes.
I think it's. I'm pretty sure it's the Freedom class because it's Conquest, Freedom, Glory. I can't remember, but anyway. If you would ask me not on live, I probably would know them all because I'm a geek like that. I like know all the data and everything, but.
You talk to me in like tons and I'm like, can just speak English? Like I don't. I'm like I don't get it.
Oh my gosh. So a favorite excursion, what do you guys, I saw your, was it in Jamaica? You did the river raft?
Yeah, the bamboo,
really
yeah.
cool.
It looked really, really cool. I've never even seen that excursion come up, like when we were been booking them, but I'll have to look
I
out for
haven't
that
been to
one.
Jamaica though in a long time.
Yeah.
That's true.
We get lucky. We're really irresponsible when it comes to booking. Do as we say, not as we do. Because we almost got hustled.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, we have our series of questions that we ask, but that was pretty intense. That they were coming at us pretty hard.
Yeah. Trying
to sell excursions, and finally, like, we went to I think strategically we went to the people the farthest away from the hub.
Yeah.
Just to get like all the noise away from us, because sometimes it's hard to think and make an informed decision when you got like the music playing and all the people around you. And our philosophy is there's safety in numbers. So as long as there's other cruisers with us, like with their lanyards on,
we'll be okay.
We'll be okay.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, you'll figure it out, right?
Yeah, that's how we ended up there. Yeah, that was a great time. That
was so much fun.
Completely unplanned.
That's awesome. So like before we had a kid, like we used to do like a lot of third-party excursions, but now it's like we got to make sure we get back on the ship. I mean, if it was just me and her and something happened, we could certainly figure it out. But having a 5-year-old with us, especially with like it's still the COVID restrictions and stuff like that, it gets a little sketchy. So we're like, we're gonna do the carnival cruise ship excursions for now until everything open, like all the restrictions lift and all that. But like you get the best prices, third party, you get like really neat excursions that Carnival doesn't offer because obviously they get a cut of everything as far as the shore excursions go. But I think so. Is that your favorite though?
Man, what's your favorite?
I think the catamaran in Aruba. That was one of my favorites.
Yes, the catamaran. And we were totally against doing a catamaran. Remember? Yeah. Like we just didn't think it was like.
Yeah, we didn't think it was our thing.
Yeah, we didn't think it was our thing, and it turned out being our favorite one.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, not like just like you're already kind of family on a cruise ship, and then when you're on a catamaran, totally inappropriate. We're snorkeling, and like you got to climb up and gravity starts hitting you. And I remember like, some of us people with extra like, fluff and junk in our trunk, we're trying to get back on this catamaran and like, we're like pushing people's like butts, like to get back on this catamaran. And it's like only on a cruise can you like, just like, hey, get my butt and push me back up on the boat.
Give me a little boost.
Yeah, that was so fun.
And that was a really good. I mean, we got a sunset out of it too on the catamaran.
Yeah,
it was amazing all around. So,
how about you guys?
What is yours? I don't know actually. I really enjoy, like off the top of my head, without thinking about it too much. I really enjoy cave tubing in Belize.
That was really cool.
It's just really neat, like different experience, and we always stop at the little beer things on the side of the road and get like the Belkin beers, and it's just an experience. So I really enjoy that one. What's one that
I like the Jamahagua Falls too. That was really cool.
Was always cool. Yeah, have you guys seen that one or heard about it? It's in Amber Cove, right?
I think so. I think
it's the waterfall.
We were supposed to do that.
Yeah, we missed that. We had it booked. Man, we were putting extra days into the gym. I was eating salads trying to prepare for this.
We took it so seriously.
We went to bed
super early.
We went to bed super early that night, and we missed the excursion because the Freedom.
Yep, the Freedom pulled up.
The Freedom pulled up, and I guess apparently when another cruise ship is coming in, they won't let you off of your cruise ship because it's a safety issue.
Oh, okay.
It took the Freedom so long to like get tendered and docked, and by the time we could get off, our excursion had left.
Well, they refunded you, of course, right?
Yeah,
they did. Yeah.
You have to go to it though. It was so much fun. I would do like the full, because you can do like different packages, but like I forget which one we did, but we only did like half of the falls or whatever it was. But it was awesome. I'm scared of heights, but it was a good time. I mean, between jumping off cliffs and going down like the natural rock formations, I mean, it's unbelievable. So
That's awesome.
But let me go into the chat real quick, see if we have any questions.
Oh,
I've been
sorry.
totally You've been
I'm
totally
not good at it.
ignoring-
I can't read and follow a conversation. Like I can't.
I'm one track.
I have to sleep.
I know. So Michelle just had her first full week back at school
With the kids back for 5 days. So.
What happened? What happened? Minute 20, day 1.
We've had all the bodily fluids, all of them. 5 days, all of them.
You said you work in education?
Mm-hmm. And I'm with 3 and 4-year-olds this year in pre-K, so it's been all the bodily fluids.
She texts me at like 30 minutes into her school day. She's like, I quit. I'm done.
I was like, I miss summer.
Like,
my mom worked in education, and she looked forward to the summers more than I think the kids did. So yeah, feel your pain.
Well, and that's why we try to travel so much in the summer. We still do, like, when we can around holidays and stuff. But like the summer is our go time for vacation. So that's why so many people were like, how can you guys take off for like 20 something days for Alaska? But we saved up forever, and then that's our time to go. So it worked
it's the
out.
Perk. It's the perk of education.
That's the perk, right? There's not
that's
many.
why I got into that field.
There's not many, but that is the perk. So, so have you guys traveled with Lee Mason yet?
Lee Mason, he was our
yeah.
director on the Marty, wasn't he?
Was he our therapist? Little English guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
He's like,
sorry, go ahead.
no, like free therapy. He's got like the most soothing voice. Like the only person who can get you pumped up and then like tell you a bedtime story. And like I would just lay in bed and I'm like, oh, this is just the best way to like wake up and end the day.
He's just so nice. Like he's so personable too.
Yeah.
Like when we met him, it was when Chris the Flying Scotsman was actually the cruise director.
Yep.
And Lee was on because he was training or he was about to take over. I can't remember.
Yeah, like something like that.
Something like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But he was on. We knew of him. We hadn't met him yet, and we pointed him out to Rhett, our son, and Rhett, of course, goes right up to him, wants to know all about his life. So I kid you not, he was talking to Rhett for about 45 minutes before, like, and we're like, we keep telling him, like, I'm sure you're busy, like.
We're making you late for something.
Like come back. And he's like, no. He's like, I have free time. He's like, I love talking to him. He was so awesome, like the entire cruise. And when me and Rhett were in quarantine, he actually commented a bunch on that video, and like it just brightened our day. I was telling Rhett all about what he said or whatnot, and he was so happy. It was such a difference. And then the crew too, delivering, I don't know if you guys saw, but like all the little goodies. I mean, that was everything. So cool. But Lee, of course you have him for the Carnival celebration, which will be amazing again.
And what are they calling? They're calling it the celebration.
Nice. I didn't hear that. That's amazing.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's great. So you guys live in Wisconsin?
Don't remind us.
So, I mean, now that you're content creators, 1,000 subs, gonna be huge. Are you looking to move at some point to a closer cruise port?
I think that's the plan.
I think we've always been looking out to get out at some point because Wisconsin's just too much eventually. But
according to my mom, we're not allowed to move to Florida because there's alligators and snakes. So we're looking. I lived in Texas for a while. We really like Texas.
Yeah,
I don't know. Where do y'all think we should move?
I mean, we love South Carolina. However, there's alligator, snakes, and spiders. So I mean, we have an alligator that lives in the pond right across the street from our house, and it has a name and everything. Clubber. He's been there for about 12 years. And
I'd be out there trying to like feed
No,
him.
you would not. No.
Yeah, I would.
So Michelle, when we first moved here, she used to work as a waitress at this place called River City, which is on the Marsh Walk. And she's coming home one night, and like the chicken cross the road thing, like literally alligator, like 10 feet
Just
or
crossing the
so,
street.
just walking right
Just
by.
gotta wait for it to go by.
Yeah. And then a couple of years ago in our neighborhood, like when mating season
You're
for
gonna convince
alligators.
them not to move south.
Oh yeah, sorry. But they don't bother us. They're just there. But we had literally like this beast of an alligator. Probably, I don't even know how big it was. It was probably 14 feet long and 500 pounds. It was massive. It was just between 2 yards, no water in sight. It was nuts, but
they leave you alone.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
we
we
go
swim.
swimming in the river and they're there and they just leave you alone.
No, yeah, we go to Sandy Island, which we used to have a pontoon boat again before little man was born.
Right.
Then we had to sell it because we never used it. But we used to go on it like every weekend, sometimes 3 days a week, and we go like 30 minutes south of us, and there's this little beach area. It's just like a circle. It's almost like a small pond. And alligators all around, and we like just swimming, and they kind of just like come over, say hi, and
they might like don't feed them, just let them be. They'll let you be.
You give them like air
like, no, thank you. Nope.
Yeah, they're not moving south now. They're not coming south.
I mean, I'm okay with the alligators. I don't know about the snakes though.
I've only seen one snake since we've lived here, and we've been down here for, I don't know, 12 years, something like that. And the one snake I saw that I think was poisonous, I'm not really good with like that. I just think everything is poisonous. But I saw one like literally right outside when Rhett was in daycare, like right as we stepped out of the car, it was there on the concrete. But that was the only one I've ever seen. So we're good, I think.
Okay. Well, next time we're in the area, we'll have
Yeah.
We can have your cousin and then the funnelheads.
Yep.
Exactly.
He's even typing back in the chat. They're so much better at this.
Oh yeah.
I can't read. I can't read and listen. I can't do it. I can't.
Multitasking is not a strong suit for us over here. But yeah, anytime. Have you guys ever been to South Carolina?
I don't believe so. No, not that I can think of.
No, well, we were planning on making a stop in the Carolinas after we got off the Elation, but then we got COVID so bad that we had to quarantine in like Memphis and Nashville and like all these fun places. And we couldn't go out.
Where were you guys gonna stop?
So my cousin's actually got a place out in North Carolina. We were gonna hit her up and see if we could visit and find a place in the area and just kind of like
we were gonna crash her house.
We were gonna crash her house.
Actually, North Carolina is really cool. We lived there for 4 or 5 years as well. They don't have. I don't think they have alligators.
They didn't have alligators. I don't think they had poisonous.
Oh, okay. We moved there.
I don't know.
But we like in where we are in South Carolina, we're like 5 minutes to the beach, 5 minutes to the river, and then we go up to Blowing Rock, which is in North Carolina. When it gets like way too hot here for like a weekend or whatever to hike or whatnot. But yeah, North Carolina is amazing. We wouldn't have moved from there, but we both got positions down here that we were basically both getting promoted. And I'd never been to because we live right south of Myrtle Beach, so I'd never been. And I Googled the town that we're in, and all it showed was like fishing, boats, beach. I was like, so you're going to give me more money and I get to move to this amazing place. I was like, yeah, I'm good. So, but yeah, I mean, we love North Carolina too. We would have been there for a while. Yeah. It's beautiful. So I recommend trying out both. And then if you're ever in the area, we'll have to catch up. Oh, do we freeze?
Do we freeze?
Oh no, sorry. Sorry, I was trying to read a little bit too. Yes. But yeah, so and then of course you got to go out of Charleston before they.
Yeah, before they're not doing it anymore. You heard about that, right?
I did.
Yeah, they didn't renew the contract. I don't know if they didn't renew the contract for any cruise ship, but I don't know after 2024 what that would look like. But I mean, we love Charleston as a port. It's a little crazy to get in and situated because it's just a little unorganized, but I mean the history there, and I mean you could definitely make a few days before, a few days after, and there's just limitless things to do in Charleston. Again, kind of expensive. It's almost like San Francisco-ish. Maybe San Francisco is a little bit more expensive, but very similar pricing. I mean, the hotels are insanely expensive, but luckily we are only about an hour and a half, 2 hours away, so not bad at all. And the Sunshine's beautiful. Have you been on any of the Sunshine class ships yet?
No, so that's on our list.
Yeah, that's on our
have
list.
to get on one of those.
They're beautiful. I mean, every time we go, because we haven't been on the Radiance, but we've done the Sunrise and Sunshine, and like every time we go on one of them, it just like blows us away. The atrium, just like with the new like decorations and interior design that they put in it, it's just absolutely gorgeous. So, and the Serenity is literally better than like I think any other ship, honestly.
That's only on the Sunshine.
That's the Sunshine.
Sunrise.
Yeah. The Sunrise is a little bit different.
Yeah.
But like the Sunshine, you have like that beautiful waterfall and their own pool and hot tub spa. It's like 3 decks. It's crazy. So gorgeous.
You'll like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be our next one. After like the celebration, we got to get on the Sunshine.
That and then you hit us up and then we'll meet up.
Yeah, we'll come hang out. We'll go swimming with the alligators. And
we can rent a pontoon boat for like $200 for the day, and then we'll take you to all the spots.
They're never coming.
No, they're never coming.
Like, no. Like they said, there was alligators crossing the street in the yards. No.
After we get off tonight, they're like, we're never talking to them again. They're crazy.
You get used to the gators.
Yeah. But there is a really cool also on the river, like when you have a boat, they have there's a like bar restaurant called the Boat House, and they have bands every Sunday, and you can either go on land to see the show or you can go on your boat and see, and like the artists will like basically turn around every like 10 or 15 minutes. So you can get I mean we were going to see who was it? I always forget. Is it Yin Yang Twins or something?
We were out of town for the Yin Yang.
Yeah, we were totally gonna go though. They have some really
who they are.
interesting
throwbacks. It's awesome.
He probably doesn't know who they are.
That's all right. I barely know them too. I probably know their songs.
Yeah. It's a lot of like old school people that come back.
Yeah, it's like oh man. All right. So who else? So have you responded to anybody? I feel so bad.
I'm trying over here.
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
Oh man. All right. I'm gonna have to comment to them after the video. But all right, so what else do you guys got planned? Celebration, Hawaii, what do you got going for the channel as far as like videos coming out? Or I know you're working on Mardi Gras still, right?
So we wrapped up Mardi Gras.
I think we
got two things in the works. We're really trying to weigh. You guys know, it's really hard to be authentic and to like show the good, the bad, and the ugly, but still be likable at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to fake it, but you guys know we had a rough go on the seashore with NFC. So we're really going back through our video and we're trying to figure out
what our approach is going to be.
How are we going to deliver this to people in a way that's still entertaining, but also, kind of show what we went through. Especially, I think right now we have a responsibility, to newer content creators. We met a couple on their P&D
Wide World of Ports.
I'll never get that. I love the channel name, but I will never get that because I'm definitely dyslexic. Like I always
same here.
Words and numbers around.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm ever going to remember that channel name, but every time I read it, I'm like, I love that name.
Yeah.
Remember P&B. It reminds me of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It always comes back to food with me. But but yeah, like trying to, I think as like a baby YouTuber, there's so many, we didn't know about like copyright strikes and just all the technical stuff that goes into it. And if we can save one person from kind of going through what we went through and that headache, then that's worth it, you know? So it may not be the most entertaining. We really didn't get to focus on the crew like we wanted to.
They really stacked us on a lot of things.
Man, we got a lot of, I'm definitely going to put my foot in my mouth this season, if you will, because there was a lot of funny business going on that ship. I'm just going to leave it at that. Like some shifty stuff going down on that ship. But yeah, we're gonna try and work on that, and then we're working on developing a platform to give back to the crew. So we're working on a couple T-shirt designs, and we're gonna let people vote on it on our Instagram.
Nice.
And then we're gonna have a T-shirt that we're gonna sell on our website, and for every T-shirt that we sell, a certain amount of the proceeds are gonna go back directly to the crew.
Yep.
We're also working on setting up our Patreon page where I believe we're thinking probably like 10% of any 10%. Proceeds are going to go back to the crew. So multiple platforms kind of combined in one to give back to the crew, because, you know, we know that they all have a story. We know that they're supporting not only their family, but, you know, a lot of times extended family. You know, it's a cultural thing. I mean, it's not just your immediate family, it's everybody. So, you know, we want to give back, and that's kind of where we're going to go with this. We're super excited. We're just getting ready to release our T-shirt design, so that'll be coming out in the upcoming weeks. People to vote on.
That's awesome.
That's
I
awesome.
love. I forgot to put the banners up this entire time. I apologize. I just
I don't
didn't
know how to do it.
I haven't figured all that stuff out just yet.
I was telling Michelle about the whole giving back to the crew thing earlier today,
Yeah.
I think it was. And I mean, she didn't know about that. And I mean, it's just such a great idea. So we fully support that.
Yeah.
It's just awesome. We are working on, we are so behind, y'all. And we feel so bad. Like, because I mean, our subscribers are amazing. Of course, your subscribers, I'm sure, are amazing as well. But like, we've been just saying it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And like, you know how the internet is on the cruise, guys. Like, as far as creators goes, like, unless we were in like the room just editing all day, like the video is just not going to come out. And if it does, it's not going to come out good or properly. So I'm still working on the first leg of Alaska, trying to piece it together. I also, like, the computer that I use for editing has like no memory. So like I have to like manage the days and the content. Like, I would love to, you know, just put out this huge video of the whole day, but then I have to like slice it up and everything. But it's a mess. Eventually, one day, you know, I'll get my act together and we can get a nicer computer, put out real good content, get all caught up. But I'm hoping that the internet gets better on the ships moving forward. I know they're working on that, so that'll be good. But yeah, I mean, we just have lots of more Alaska content. I'm sure people are going to be burnt out from all of it that's coming. And then we're really excited to go back on the Ecstasy for the last sailing on October 10th. With,
Forget about that. Crazy. We should really book that.
You should.
We should.
That'd be awesome.
Another couple on there?
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's do it.
Write it down so I don't forget.
It's the last sailing.
It's our last opportunity.
Think about all of the memories we'll make on the last sailing of the Carnival Ecstasy. It would be great.
I mean, if you're like a cruise nerd like we are, it's kind of sad to think about like what that ship has seen and like what it's been through and all the memories on it. Man, I don't even want to think about what they're gonna do to it.
I saw the saddest video today. I showed Michelle. I don't know what Carnival ship it was. It was one of them that was like sold to another company, rebranded, and then like the whale tail was like painted yellow or something like that. With
no.
And but that wasn't even the saddest part. The saddest part was literally it was in that scrap yard and it was just like the hull left and the whale tail, and that was it. Like the whole rest of the ship was just broken down and scrapped. And I was like, I am not showing Rhett this, who will literally cry.
Traumatized.
Yeah. So, but we are, I mean, we've been on that ship at least 3 or 4 times.
Well, it used to go out of Charleston. It was our
and that was our go-to ship. And then like we found out, Rhett was going to be a boy on that ship, so we did a gender reveal. We got our cabin steward involved in it. We had I can't remember exactly. It was like his
we had a girl onesie and a boy onesie, and like wrapped
onesie.
up in presents, and then we gave the envelope to them, and they're like, "All right, give us back whichever one is the envelope says."
Yeah. So
And
so that night they delivered the bag with the onesie in it, and then of course the letter that we gave them that said boy or girl, and we ended up opening it on the Lido deck that night, and it was awesome. It was just, this was before like we were content creators, before we had actual like good video, not that we do now anyway, but
we didn't have family near us, and I wasn't doing the whole gender reveal party. They're great, but we went on a cruise, so we're like, all right, we'll video it and send it to the family when we get home. Like it's fair for everybody. We're not traveling anywhere, like because our families are all in different parts of the US.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, and so it was an emotional night, of course, for that, and then like, just the fact that we have so many memories on it. We have to. So we're excited. We were looking at it forever, even before John Heald said that.
Somebody said the price had gone up.
Oh yeah, the price went crazy. Yeah, we were looking at it, and it was like, I wanted to say it was $700 for the 3 of us, and then we waited, and then John Heald said he was going to be on it. Everything sold out, and then it went up to whatever it was that we paid. We paid at least $400 or $500 more just because he was going. But it'll be awesome because he opened that ship too.
Yeah.
So it'll be cool to see, like, have him.
Have you guys ever met him or run into him?
Yeah, so I met him when I was real little. My mom tells me all the time, but more recently we saw him on the celebration on the Mardi Gras. He was so busy, so like time was very limited with him. But we did we ran into him in the hallway, going back to our cabin randomly one day. And then we also met him briefly at the Diamond Brunch, and then
we waited in line.
And then he did a Q&A, which was hilarious with Calvin, the entertainment director. And I was just cracking up, like my cheeks hurt. I can't breathe the entire time. I could watch like a podcast of it was him, Calvin, and I think Flying Scotsman. Hilarious. So
he's inappropriate in like the best way possible. He flicked Nathan's nipples when he met him.
That sounds about right.
He was looking at his shirt. He put us on a live stream, and he's like, and if you look at this gentleman's shirt, and then he flicked Nathan's nipple, and I'm like, this really just happened? Like, did John Heald just flick your nipple? And like, we had to go out on deck and like compose ourselves because and then Nathan's walking around, he's like, my nipple hurts, and I'm like,
that's amazing. What a story. He's really into mankinis, so if you want to get like one with his face on it, he would absolutely love it. He mentions it all the time on his lives, and like he is so funny. Like he doesn't.
And he's not afraid to clap back at people either. Like if they like, I've noticed that people say stupid things on his like Facebook page. He's not afraid to clap back and put them in their place. Like,
it's great. It's wonderful.
Even on his lives, like there was, I don't know what channel it was, but another YouTube creator had mentioned that like they were gonna give out wristbands for vaccinated and unvaccinated, and John Heald was like, I don't know who said this, but this is absolutely the most insane rumor I've ever heard. And like, he was just giving it to them. It was so funny to watch. But yeah, I every time he pops on my phone, I'm like, I've got to see what's going on, because he's always a good time. So Ecstasy, are you guys doing it?
I'm looking it up.
Like, what's the
on the website?
He's really good at
priorities,
man.
I'm not.
That's amazing. I basically live on cruise websites. Like anytime I'm like, Michelle, we really don't have any money, but hey, there's a cruise this weekend. Let's go.
$1,000 for a suite. For a suite.
There's still a lot of balconies and interiors and ocean views.
Suites.
We have to get a suite.
Yeah, it opened up randomly. It was sold out for like a 3-week period, and then an interior and an ocean view opened up, and then we ended up getting an ocean view. But if you just like refresh it once a day or whatnot, there'll be ones that open up.
I'm like magic shook over that. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know they're gonna roll the red carpet out for John when he comes on that shit.
They did that on the contest.
Yeah.
I think, and I don't know. I mean, he hasn't said anything, but I would imagine he'll have, you know, different like activities and stuff planned. And I mean, it's going to be super sentimental because he rolled out that entire fantasy class. So to see, and he didn't get to say goodbye to the Sensation or the was it the Fascination Fantasy that all got scrapped before. So it'll be sad, but it'll be really cool too. It's exciting. And then like, you know, as soon as you step off, that's it. It's forever gone. So
so sad.
I found one. The 10th is right?
October 10th?
Yeah.
What? How'd you find that?
I found it through our portal.
Listen, if you guys go, we'll make sure that we get there a couple days early or whatever, or stay a couple days after. We'll make like at least a 7 day.
It's a 5 day, so what
out of it? Because I mean, for us, I think we're gonna drive because flights there is crazy. So
we gotta look at flights. We made it work.
We'll make it work. We're good at that.
We drove down last time, so
Cool.
One day.
I'm dreading the drive.
Well, listen, if you move like down south, then you don't have to look at flights.
We're still driving 10 hours.
Yeah. Well, we don't leave from Alabama all that much. So usually we're leaving out of Charleston or Florida. We do love Galveston, though. We sailed out of there once before, and we've got to go on the Jubilee. So
yeah,
I want to go. I forget where Cookie just said he's going, but he's coming to Florida. I think the Horizon.
Have you guys had Cookie as a cruise director?
Cookie was our first on Carnival, wasn't he, on the Magic?
I don't know. They all start blending together.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was our first on the Magic.
He is hilarious. I mean, we've never had him
with him. I want to, though.
He looks amazing. He sounds amazing.
Like a good time.
Again, him and John Heald always like fake butt heads and like make fun of each other. Hilarious.
I'm trying to book this right now. I'm trying to get the credit card.
That's awesome.
That's so amazing. Yeah. So, well, I mean, you guys would be free to go a couple days early or whatnot, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, we can always make it work.
We don't have a 9 to 5. We can.
I mean, we do, but we don't.
Well, we do, but we don't. Yeah, that's the nice thing about kind of making your own schedule.
I mean, we're always like working. Like I probably work on the channel more than I do anything else because I'm always like doing something. Even while I'm at work, I'm like updating something and posting this and that. So, but I mean, it's all fun work. Again, it's like it's what we love to talk about. Like I always tell people, like I annoyed my family and friends so much with cruising and vacations, just talking about it constantly. And like that. I just needed to find a family and another family and a group to get it all out there. So I just we like to help people and I mean, share our experience, and that's what it's all about. So
I feel like people secretly hate us a little bit. Like they ask us what we do and then we start telling them. And I feel like halfway through, I can see them checking out and they're like, oh yeah, I regret asking you. And I'm like, I'm sorry, like you asked, like, I'm trying to be humble about it. Like,
yeah. Or you get the people where they're like, I can only do like one cruise a year. I'm like, I could live on a ship every single day for the rest of my life.
Those people, yeah.
Like, people are like 3 days, I'm good. I'm like, 3 days? Like I haven't even.
If it's a 7-day cruise,
I couldn't do 3 days.
If it's a 7-day cruise, I literally get like the cruise blues, like sad on like day 4 because I know that like it's all like halfway over, and like I literally get sad. So like we started when we were working all the time, crazy hours, and we're just looking for that next vacation, like you guys were doing. Like we would make sure we'd have at least something booked to help with like that sadness of getting off the ship. I mean,
countdown on the fridge.
Yeah.
I get sad when there's no countdown.
Yeah, usually there's a countdown though. Oh, Nathan, I wanted to ask you real quick. I know we're coming up on the hour. So I know you have some food allergies. Did you get a chance to use that new like menu mate or whatnot that they have?
So they didn't have that rolled out when we went on the Conquest. I was looking for it. They had like the kiosks like they did in the olden days where you could go up and talk to the people. And you've always been able to talk to your waiters and the maitre d' at the main dining room. But they didn't actually have the menu mate on the ship there, unfortunately. I was hoping they were because we wanted to cover that, but we haven't had a chance to play with it yet. So hopefully soon.
Yeah, I would imagine the celebration will definitely have it, but that would be really cool to like, you know, especially for you to experience and then like tell everybody about it. I would imagine that would be a much easier process and everything. But all right, guys. Well, we are almost at the hour. I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming on. It was amazing to talk to you guys like in person. You know, we watch all like. I mean, so many of your videos, we had an instant connection. So it was just great to have this day finally come. I know we've been, I can't do it, but
you just
this is, I get it.
But I can kind of.
Yeah, very little.
I love you. Oh, yeah, you too.
But we will have to do this again unless we scared you off, and then we apologize.
Next time I'll be
starting with the alligators.
Yeah, me and Michelle have had a week. I've had Rhett home with me most days this week because he hasn't had. He goes back to school on Monday. Elementary school started later, so I've just been trying to entertain him, and it's been raining quite a bit. So there's only so many things in the house you can do with a 5-year-old.
Friends are at school.
Yeah, and then of course Michelle went back to work this week, so we are both like just exhausted. So next time we're on, it'll be much better, I would imagine. But if there's anybody in the chat that hasn't seen their channel, I mean, just two of the most genuine guys you'll ever meet. I mean, Frugal Cruisers, go look them up. I mean, every video is just better than the last, and I can't say enough good things about you guys. So.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Thank you guys so much for joining. Let us know if you want to do it again. Well, absolutely.
For
either
sure.
come on your channel or you guys can come back on ours. But until next time, let me know as soon as you book the ecstasy, and we'll start making plans.
We're gonna start.
Have a good night, guys.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.